All right, here we go. Welcome back to Damon Bruce Plus. It's wonderful to have you back here. We got some 49ers playoff football up in Seattle to bring you here tonight. It is great to have you. Hit like and subscribe. Don't even hesitate to hit that like button. It'll bring more people into our chat. I thank you very much for being here. I thank the fact that we got ourselves a football game still going on. I mean, this is a sexy night of football. We got overtime in Denver. Right now, we're moments away from starting the divisional game in Seattle, and it is just we're officially at we're at maximum football, and this game hasn't even kicked off yet. That's how exciting divisional round football really is. This is one of the best weekends of football of the year, to say the least. So strap it on and enjoy. Needless to say, the scared money don't make none game plan that we saw this team execute in week 18 can't be what the 49ers do offensively tonight. It's got to be a steady game from Brock Purdy. It's got to be an outstanding game from Christian McCaffrey. We will be seeing Ricky Pearsall play football tonight. Obviously, the only time we're going to see George Kittle is during his Little Caesars commercials. He's not going tonight. Jake Tongas, what does he do? Luke Farrell, what does he do? Kyle Juszczyk, is he going to get snaps at tight end this evening? Ricky Pearsall, though, might be a game changer for the 49ers. Demarcus Robinson played so well in Philadelphia. Obviously, what he does tonight will mean an awful lot. But all eyes early are going to be on one place, on Sam Darnold's oblique. How is he moving? How is he looking? The situation and the story breaking throughout the day that Sam Darnold was unable to practice, unable to even go through walkthroughs with the Seattle Seahawks was pretty darn interesting. Now, does this mean a lot of rust? Does this mean not ready to perform? Does this mean there's an awful lot of fugazi going on and, he's going to look fine? We don't know. But what an interesting element to add to this game tonight. And when you're talking about how the Niners are going to get out of Seattle with a win, it's them playing very well and Sam Darnold not. I really think it comes down to him making a mistake or two tonight to open the real path to victory for the 49ers against this very good Seattle defense. We do know that having both Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet going bonkers at the same time would be really bad against Robert Saleh's defense here. Eric Kendricks obviously has been playing great football over the last, I'd say, week or two, because that's really the only amount of time he has been on the team. But we will see Eric Kendricks. We will see Garrett Wallow. And it does look like, according to all precincts here, let me just double check, D. Winters will be back at weak side linebacker along with Eric Kendricks at middle linebacker, and we're going to have Garrett Wallow at strong side linebacker. Luke Gifford comes back from injury. He is going to be on special teams. That is good news. Obviously, no special teams mistakes are the recipe that this team needs to follow tonight. It's going to take a near perfect game for the 49ers to win this game, or a wildly imperfect game from the Seattle Seahawks, who make compounding mistakes that just open up the door for the 49ers. Not going tonight, no surprises really across the board here. Jair Brown, his hamstring, is the reason why we're going to see a little bit different of a secondary tonight. That isn't a bad thing. Marquise Siegel has been playing very good football since joining the conversation once again in Philadelphia. He might have been the stronger defender against the pass either way. Upton Stout, I think, has to make a good game out of this one tonight. And obviously, Deommodore Lenoir, all secondary eyes are going to be on Jackson Smith and Jigba. He has been a monster this year. He basically set every single Seattle season pass catching record several weeks ago, before the season was even close to being over. That's the kind of year that he's had. So all eyes on him. And again, it cannot be a passing game popping while Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker III are also having really big games. So picking and choosing the battles tonight, getting off the field on third down when they need to. Timely defense I don't think the Niners are going to be a steady drumbeat of defense throughout the entire game. And we do know that some of you, the faint of heart of you, are going to be saying the minute there's a Seattle touchdown or a big play, oh no, here it comes, here it comes. Look, we've been saying that about this team all damn year. We really have. By the way, where are we here in this Denver game? Where are we here? I got many things working at once here, trying to figure out what's going on in Denver, what time this 49ers game is going to be kicking off, about 8 minutes from now up in Seattle. Let me just say, welcome. It is really good to have you here. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me tonight. And if you would please hit that like button right now. Do not hesitate. I've got some really good things to tell you about if you're thinking about throwing yourself a fantastic party this coming up football season at some time, either for the national championship game. Again, all supers will be very, very welcome tonight. I am off to Miami for the national championship game. First thing in the morning. We're going to get a couple of late night good nights from the boys here because I'm not even going to be around tomorrow morning. I'm out of here like 5 in the morning. But whether you're watching the national championship game, whether you're watching the 49ers play next week, or even in, God forbid, the Super Bowl, that could happen. They are 2 wins away from that game starting here tonight. Ike's Catering is offering you a great offer. Niners fans, use promo code SAVE49 to save $49 off a catering order for Ike's of $250 or more. That is going to feed an awful lot of people coming to your party. These are fantastic sandwiches to have as leftovers across the board. You want to be the most popular person at the Dubliner? Walk on in with a box of Ike's Catering and tell Kenny and John that I said hello, my good friends at the Dubliner. Absolutely love those guys. Dubliner are fantastic. Oh, that's not what I need. I need to get that down so you can see the Dubliner's glorious logo right there. Speaking of glorious, I told you all week long I would not have a 4-leg parlay. So, of course, I have a 4-leg parlay going into this. I thought I'd settle at 3. There's something that I like for 4. And if I had 4, it would qualify for a big boost. And that's the kind of fun you get over on Sleeper. I will show you my parlay a little bit later on, but Sleeper is the place to go for all of your NFL, regular season action is in the rearview mirror. Your postseason action, big game action coming up, obviously, college football national championship, NBA, NHL. Find out why Sleeper is one of the fastest growing apps in the world of having a little fun responsibly. Get a $100 deposit match up to $100 when you use promo code Damon and just use the link that is right in the description of this very video that you are watching here today. So thanks to Sleeper. Thanks to all of you for being here. Thanks to everyone who's already leaned in and hit that like button, the subscribe button. We will be doing bottle pulls for 50-something supers. I'm sure it's just going to happen anyways because I'm a sucker for a bottle pull when good things are happening, and hopefully it'll be a good night for the 49ers. Now, look, the odds are against them. They're a 7.5-point underdog here, 8-point. It depends on where you got it, where you saw it. But the Niners are rightfully an underdog in this game. That is how good Seattle has been. But with this injury to Sam Darnold, it does feel like the calculus has changed a little bit. And hopefully that's some math that the 49ers can take advantage of in this game. So we are going to go ahead. We're going to get a scoreboard set up. Probably should have done that before the broadcast even started. But again, I was watching this Buffalo game. What are we still in overtime? We're still in overtime in Buffalo. So that's going on unless I am behind the system here. Let me go over here. Let me check. Boom, boom, boom. We are still in overtime in that divisional. The Broncos do have the lead 33-30 now in overtime. So we're looking at a Buffalo last stand is what we're looking at here. Okay. You like drama? Again, you've shown up to the right sport. We got plenty of it for you. Thank you for stopping on by. The supers are already coming on in. We got Fuji Simeon says, if IU wins, how big is the Signetti statue at Indiana? It should be the tallest thing zoned in the entire city of Bloomington. It should touch the clouds. There's no doubt about that. We got Danny Golding saying, today is my 29th birthday. Let's go out and get a W. Happy birthday, Danny. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Great place to spend your birthday, I hope you think. We had some other supers that unfortunately, once I go live, they came in before we even started. So it got cut off. But I see you, Gary Sousa, who already has gone ahead and just thrown $5 in the ganja jar tonight. That'll go towards a frosty beverage at Miami's Hard Rock Stadium coming up on Monday. And again, Gary has been a member now for 3 months saying it's all pie, it's all cake, it's all house money. Hey, playing loose. Playing loose. That's exactly what this team wants. Playing loose is what the 49ers need to do here. Playing tight against Seattle was why I think Week 18 looked so poorly. By the way, we have ourselves a winner. It is Denver, 33-30. I did not know if they had been taking a big final possession there, or the ball had changed hands once or twice, but this game is over. How about that? The Broncos are through, and man, it just feels like if it didn't happen for Buffalo this year, it's hard to keep on arguing that their window is open. That is a team that has been really good for a really long time, but has not been able to finish it off. Now, 49ers fans, I understand. That sounds pretty familiar to the situation that you've been in. But I'll tell you, I look at Buffalo's roster, I do not see an infirmary. I look at Buffalo's roster, they have a healthy Bosa. The 49ers did not this year. You look at Buffalo's team, that is a healthy team that should have done big things in this postseason. The 49ers are so unhealthy or have had such little health this year that they probably shouldn't even be here. They probably shouldn't have gone ahead and gotten away with what they gotten away with in Philadelphia. But here they are with zero apology to be made for being here. Their best effort may not be good enough tonight. That is how good Seattle has been this year, but it's a division game. Funny things happen in division football games, divisional or not. This is an NFC West game. These two teams do not like each other. That's all you heard out of Seattle, how much they do not like the 49ers all freaking week long is basically, you heard that. And the feeling's mutual. The feeling's mutual. The 49ers do not like the Seattle Seahawks either. But I'll tell you, it sounded like there was an awful lot of worry up in Seattle amongst fans that Niners fans could creep into this stadium in a bigger fashion that you would possibly expect during a Seattle postseason game. I mean, after all, the 12s, for goodness sakes. What a bunch of malarkey. But there you go. The 12s. The scariest thing about the 12s is the well-designed stadium that traps the noise inside of Lumen Field. That overhang isn't just for the rain. It keeps the noise bouncing down on the field, and that's why that place is so famously loud. Unfortunately, wasn't the design the 49ers went with when they built Levi's Stadium. But this is a big one, to say the least. Win, and it's NFC Championship time. You lose, welcome to your off season. I heard flights to Cabo are getting more and more expensive as teams do get eliminated. We will see two more teams qualify for a championship game tomorrow. We've got the Chicago Bears and Los Angeles Rams. And on the AFC side of the bracket, we're going to have ourselves Patriots and Texans. So very good teams. That's who's left standing. And you got to give it to the 49ers that they are one of these teams left standing. And because of that, because of what Shanahan has been able to cobble together, because of what Robert Saleh has been able to do with a makeshift defense seemingly changing on the fly week to week, every week, the 49ers do have a shot here. They do, to be the first team in NFL history to advance to 20 conference championship games. That's a big number. That's a real big number. The big man, Trent Williams, is back into this game, and I think that that is very important. He did not play in Week 18. Austin Pleasance was your starting left tackle in Week 18. Trent Williams being back out, I just think not only opens up possibilities in your offensive playbook and in your running game, but opens up a level of confidence that this offensive line needs to have breathing through it against a defensive front as good as Seattle's truly is. This is a very good Seahawk team. Make no mistakes about that. And as I've said with Kruger throughout the week when we've done Wake Up together, it is time for Kyle Shanahan to bust open the Estate Cellar Reserve bottle, the play that has now been dubbed the Philadelphia Cheese Fake. You're going to need one more of those. You're going to need one more, I think, sprinkle of razzle dazzle to put into this game here tonight. It is a thick playbook. Kyle, let's see what he cooks up tonight in Seattle. Again, thanks for being here. Thanks so much to my sponsors. Thanks so much to all of you for being here this evening. It's been a really, really fun season together, and I can tell you right now, we either wrap up our watch parties tonight, or there is a possibility there could be two more of these things. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of a subscriber base that is now over 50,000. Very, very proud of what we're building over here. And it's because of you. It's because of your commitment. It's because of you coming back here. It's because of you hitting like, subscribe, hitting notify, showing up, watching Wake Up, joining me Monday through Friday for my 11 a.m. West Coast show that is usually 80% 49ers, rest of Bay Area sports, and whatever the hell else is happening in the world of sports. But I thank you for being a part of this. I truly, truly do. It means the world to me. Fuji saying thank you for hosting. I love it. I really do. We got In the Mix production. Vibes is in the mix today. Let's go, D. Bruce. Thank you, Jude. Let's go right back at you. JD Sugar. Let's hope the refs have the over. That would favor the 49ers. Mr. 33 degrees, as we're about to see this game kick off. Seattle will be receiving the ball to open the game, meaning the Niners get the ball in the second half. Everybody stay in your lane. No big returns here on special teams. This is a huge return on special teams for Seattle. This is down to the 30. Seattle is going to return the opening kickoff all the way for a touchdown. Rashid Shaheed has taken it to the house. There is a flag, and the 49ers desperately need it to go against the Seattle Seahawks. If this is the way the game started, that is a staggeringly bad omen, to say the least. A special teams unit that has gotten better throughout the year to open up a divisional game with a kickoff return would just be absolutely disgraceful. Where is this flag? Oh, my God. Right off the rip, we got ourselves drama, kids. Oh, my God. Mr. 33 degrees says, again, D. Bruce, get ready to celebrate. The 49ers got this. Well, they did not have anything on that opening drive. The Seahawks are celebrating like this is indeed going to stand. We've got a confused John Hussey who looks like he's about to pick a flag up, for Christ's sakes. What is going on here? I need a little touch of volume. We have a touchdown, Seattle. They've picked that flag up, and that is a ungodly, awful start to the game for the 49ers. Wow. I cannot believe it. What a terrible, terrible start to this game. A lot of game left is all I got for you, but geez, that's bad. Thank you, Mike Baker. He's trying to stay positive no matter what happens tonight. It's been an honor to spend another season with you. Right back at you, Mike. It's been an honor with you. You look at that. There's just wide open lanes, man. That was an untouched kick returner the whole way through. Good God. I mean, you had Pinheiro trying to kick out and even trip the guy on the way to the end zone. But that is a god-awful start to a football game for the San Francisco 49ers that means this much. One of the units that had to outperform Seattle tonight was special teams. Had to outperform Seattle on special teams. That has not been the way this game has started. Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, it is on you for a big early answer right here. What are these running lanes? This was no creative, exotic setup by Seattle to spring this. This was just awful. Man, that flag was thrown with an awful lot of oomph. Somebody saw something and then picked that up. But there's no blaming any officials on that. That is all on the 49ers. All on the 49ers right there. Man, Shanahan, he's already looking like he's seeing ghosts right there. That is a terrible, terrible way to start this game. Wow. Wow. I mean, Han Banana says that's coaching and prep. Failure by the catching staff. Well, if you mean coaching staff, We have not been complaining about special teams for months. And here in the biggest game of the season, we complained about it on the very first play of the game, and rightfully so. That was just awful. That was just absolutely awful. Whew. Fuji trying to raise my spirits, saying, enjoying a drink with a koozie from your store. I think you were one of the guys who requested koozies, so I'm glad we got that out there for you. Yes, merch is open, and you might need to drown yourself in some sorrows here. But it's time to play some football, offensive football for the 49ers here. Let me make sure I've got our banner up. What a bad way to start. Seahawks 7. '49ers nunca. Save. There it is. All right, 1st and 10. Purdy is under center. He's got Juszczyk in motion. He's dropping back, and he's looking to throw right away. He's got an awful lot of pressure in his face. That ball went right up in the air. Purdy got hit hard. Are they saying that is out? I thought that was a forward pass. That's got to be an incomplete. It was returned by a Seattle defender there, but I think an overzealous return. That was an incomplete pass. Purdy is absolutely going forward with that, but man, he just hit his hand right there. That was Purdy right in pressure, right in his face, right at the start there. Leonard Williams just coming on in. Went through Dom Pooney. No, that was Brendel. That was Brendel's man who just came off him and hit Purdy. 2nd and 10. Could not start a game worse than this. Here we go. Jillian is not happy right off the rip. Juwan Jennings with a reception after a little bit of a bobble. Picks up, what are we talking? 2 or 3 or 4? Not much. Let me get the play-by-play up. 4-yard pass, reception by Juwan Jennings. Again, 1st down. What are you saying? Are you a little bit ahead of me? I hope you're right. Here's what we don't. Yup, this game is over. Big boy, this team is not for the faint of heart, brother. This team is just not for the faint of heart. You know that by now. Shame on you. Brock scrambling out to his right. And yes, he does find Tongas for a 1st down. Let me make sure I'm officially caught up to action here. We are caught up to game action, and I'm not behind. All right. Mr. 33 Degrees says, don't forget about the start of the Bears game. Who won that one? Have a little faith. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. But the price of poker for that Bears game was a cheap buy-in to this. This is all sorts of high-pressure football against a defense that is much better than the one Chicago had. Christian McCaffrey, solid run up the middle, gains about 7 or 8 there to set up a 2nd and short. That was a nice little run from McCaffrey, and he's going to have to be doing that throughout the night. This is nothing short of a fantastic game for McCaffrey for the Niners to get through it. He cannot have the game that he had in Week 18. That goes without saying. How soon will Ricky Pearsall find himself involved in this game? Pitch out to Brian Robinson Jr., who, what do you know, is in the game plan early here. We hardly saw Brian Robinson Jr. touch the ball this week, but he does right there and has close to a 1st down. We're talking 3rd and short. If this is, we're talking 3rd and 1 now, and he comes right out. CMC comes back in. By the way, so we're all synced up. I'm at 12:23, 22, 12:21 on my clock here on my TV, 12:18, 12:17, 12:16, 12:15, 12:14. Hopefully we're synced up. 3rd and 1. Hopefully the 49ers got this play synced up. They need it. They cannot come off the field right here, and McCaffrey is tackled in the backfield. Right there. Wow. That was Murphy just making a big play, and it is 4th and 1. And if you're Kyle, Are you already playing this and you're going fourth down? He's looking at him. He just ran right into the back of frickin' Brendel. Ran right into the back of Brendel. There was no push. 4th and 1. Shanahan's going for it. Purdy was under center. He backs out. McCaffrey goes out wide. Purdy in the backfield by himself. Huge play early on, 4th and 1. Purdy looking, throws, finds Jennings complete, but we have a stoppage of play. Seattle got a timeout in right as that play was being run. Shanahan is out on the field, and he is furious. That timeout came in late. Wow. All right. Shanahan was more pissed off on that timeout being called than when the opening kickoff was returned for a touchdown. He is not happy about that. And I wouldn't be either. That was a first down. That was a first down. Yeah, you can call a timeout in the middle of a play. Jay Boogie, that's what it feels like. Obviously, it came in from the sideline, but that play wasn't stopped until the ball had already been snapped, and that will piss a head coach off for sure. So here the Niners are on 4th and 1 again. They've got to pick this up. This should almost count as 2 4th down conversions if they're able to pick this up, and they better be able to pick this up. What an advantage for Seattle getting another look at this. A much different play look. We got Kyle Juszczyk looking to pitch it out and run an option play. Oh, my God, that is a disaster. Is that fumbled out of bounds? What the God's name was that offensive play? Kyle Juszczyk looking to run an option play from a pitch? What is good? God, what was that to start this game? Oh, my Lord. Well, I mean, the worst possible start you could ever freaking want. That play had zero chance of happening. Kyle ran into a wall. Juszczyk nearly pitched it into a fumble. McCaffrey bobbled it. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong to start this game for the San Francisco 49ers. Like and subscribe, my friends. Good freaking Lord. Did we just go stupid, Dale? Yeah, it's a stupid start to the game. Shanahan's play calls don't change from week 18. I've never seen anyone in the NFL try to run that play with a fullback option pitch. That's an insane play call to use right there. And you could see that with Purdy under center, the Seahawks were loaded up for something on that line of scrimmage right there. They were better off with Purdy and shotgun. Wow. That was bad. That was bad. Already calls to the Lord and Savior, wondering what is happening. Yeah, run a little QB bootleg right there. Get your guy a little space to make a play. Trick plays are for the second half. Yeah, it certainly wasn't for that moment. Certainly wasn't for that moment. So if you're the Seahawks, you've already scored a touchdown, and Sam Oblique hasn't even thrown a pass yet. That's a bad start considering Darnold's injury is one of the things that might open this game up for the 49ers. But they've already pissed away a 4th down. They've already let a touchdown just go right by them on the very first moment of the game on the opening kickoff. And yeah, getting off the field there on 4th down, it could not be a worse start. I'll hand it to you, Kyle. If you're looking to dial up degree of difficulty, you certainly have. You certainly have. Maximum degree of difficulty right there. Somebody probably should have told the 49ers this game started 6 minutes ago. Look at that. The timeout did come when that ball was getting snapped. That timeout should not have been granted. I mean, there's no complaining about the start of this game, but that timeout should not have been granted. That was timey gamesmanship. Wow. Wow. Still, the fourth down call, the second fourth down call sucked. Having to make the 49ers play twice on fourth down, it's going to be hard for them to win this game. And if they go down in a 7-0 or a 14-0 hole here right from the get-go, it's bad news city. This is already a huge defensive stand for the 49ers. They cannot allow more than a field goal. We got Darnold throwing underneath the sticks to one of his running backs. I didn't even see who that was. Is that Walker? It sure looks like it. Yep. Walker has a first down there. Darnold looking to throw underneath on his first couple of attempts. And it is 1st and 10. Darnold, big throw down the field behind receivers. Diamador Lenore looked like he may have had a chance to make a play on that, but he didn't. It was even behind him. But that was the first let her rip throw from Darnold, and it didn't look good. It didn't look good. Now, I wonder if they got him cortisoned up. I wonder if they got a little something cooking in Sam Darnold's oblique right now, because he's doing everything he can to not reach for his side or tip off that it's bothering him in any way, shape, or form. But that was not a good long throw from Darnold to start this one. Here we are at 2nd and 10, 10:25 on a stopped clock. Ball just got snapped. Charbonnet around the left-hand side, first down and more. And if Seattle's going to do that all night, this live stream might be over by the third quarter. Whoa. Because I can't be here tomorrow morning. That's how early my flight leaves to do a wake up with Kruger. I will be co-streaming a post-game show with Kruger tonight. We will be doing it. So buckle up. This could be a very long evening. A very long evening. 1st and 10. Ball's at the 30. Seattle gives it to Charbonnet again, who picks up about 4 running to his right side. Again, we got some more supers coming in here. Absolutely appreciate that. Where did we leave off? Where did we leave off? Brett Euchre, it says, here's to swimming with bow-legged women. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you very much, Brett. Appreciate you. That's a very generous super. That's a beer at the national championship game. Thank you. Could even be a souvenir cup. Darnold, downfield. It's going to be 3rd and 1 after a completion to Cooper Kupp. The forgotten man, Cooper Kupp. We got our man, the postman from Capitola, Scott. Oi, oi, oi. That sound is funny. Thank you so much, Scott. Always good to have you. We still got old radio habits that die hard. Kyle already shaking in his boots. Phantom timeout was wild. Timeout was clearly after the snap. That is from Moses DeWitt. 3rd and 1. It looks like we got a tush-push situation here. Tush-push. Yeah, Seattle ran it and ran it effectively. That is a first down. Kyle should be shaking in his boots, because you go down 14-0 to the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL in their home. I mean, that's you. Congratulations. You went right from DEFCON 5 to DEFCON 1 before you even reached the 5-minute mark of the first quarter, if that were to happen. Iowa Niner fans saying need a turnover bad. Yeah, how about this? Anything good that could possibly happen to the 49ers is exactly what the 49ers need right here. We do have a flag on this play. It is stopped early. We got an offsides here, or false start. A false start. Something good has happened for the 49ers. A false start to move Seattle back 5. Okay. Somebody needs to punch out a chalkboard. Gary, how about this? Somebody needs to punch Charbonnet or Walker right in the mouth. That's what needs to be punched here. You cannot have a Seattle running game controlling the clock, moving the sticks, playing from ahead all night long. We got Walker around the right-hand side. Picks up about 5 to make it a 2nd and about 10 again. Back to 2nd and 10 we are. And by the way, we're at 6:55, 54. Let's be synced up together. We're at 6:51, 6:50 on the clock. Tick, tick, tick. It is running. By the way, across YouTube, across Twitter, and across Twitch, we have already 1,100 people joining us here in the chat, in this room. Thank you all for being here. Let's hope there's plenty of reason to stick around. Cooper Kupp again with another catch to make this a 3rd and very, very short. Just no penetration. Absolutely no one in the neighborhood of Sam Darnold as he rolls to his right a little bit. He throws that on the run, looking in his face mask. There's no grimacing. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with this man's oblique or his motions or his mechanics at all. Hey, we got ourselves a big play on 3rd down in the backfield. Look at that. Look at that. D. Winters shoots the gap and he gets home. So 4th down. A very good blitz by Robert Saleh, who gets his first close-up of the televised sporting event here. Charbonnet clobbered in the backfield. Diamador Lenore comes in to assist on that tackle. And that is a big play for the 49ers. And the Seahawks will be settling for a field goal. Jason Myers, very good at these, obviously. And from this distance, even Jake Moody would have been pretty good from here, to be totally honest with you. But that is exactly what the 49ers needed. If this had been 14-0, that feels unsurvivable. 10-0, you're officially pushing it. But we still have a survivable event. But the Niners are on DEFCON 1. There is no doubt about that. DEFCON 1 is where the Niners are quickly in this game, down 10-0 to the Seattle Seahawks. They've only touched the ball once. They failed to convert on 4th down. After they did convert on 4th down, the opening return was housed by Seattle. A flag looked like it was picked up there as well. So, bad start, but cheers. It is good to be here and have you here with us tonight. Let me go ahead and bring up just my good friend Ike, because if you were to order some Ikes right now, there's a very good chance it could be delivered to you by halftime if you're in an Ike's delivery area. I really hope you are. I hope you're in an Ike's area. This is the fastest growing sandwich restaurant in America. And as soon as you take a first bite, you will know why. This is what I look like in sandwich form. There's the Damon Bruce sandwich. I don't know if either one of these teams will be walking away with rings this year. You will get rings delivered to you tonight. 3 of them. 3 onion rings on that delicious steak sandwich. Go ahead and order from Ike's. And as we told you earlier in the show, and we will remind you throughout this show, is that Ike's has right now a special on catering. This is good for the big game. This is good for national championship games. This is good for title games. A catering order of $250 or more right now, use promo code SAVE49 and you will save $49 on that. Ike's a huge Niner fan. He wants to pass along that love to you. And if you're not looking for an entire box of sandwiches and catering, let me just tell you, when you do make that Ike's order, sign up for that Love Rewards program. You get a free sandwich when you sign up. You get prizes, chips, drinks, and more with future purchases. It's like frequent flyer miles from my man Ike. You don't need a frequent flyer to head yourself to the Dubliner West portal. You don't even need a car to get there. All you need to do is hop on Muni in San Francisco. You'll find yourself at West Portal. No parking. Don't worry about driving liquored up anywhere. No. San Francisco will take care of that for you. Muni stops right out up front, and it's a great bar. Best Guinness pour in all San Francisco. Tell the boys I said hi. We're thrilled that they're with us for here a second season with our good friends at the Dubliner West Portal as a sponsor. And our friends over at Sleeper. We thank Sleeper so very, very much for being a part of this again this year. And I will give you a first pick at my 4-leg parlay. By the way, get a $100 deposit match up to $100 when you use promo code Damon. I got Leonard Williams with 1.5 solo tackles, 1.5 tackles on this evening tonight. I got McCaffrey with an anytime touchdown. I got Eddie Pinheiro over 1.5 points after 1.5 points after touchdown. So the Niners are going to need to score 2 touchdowns, and we all know that right now. And Brian Robinson over 6.5 rushing yards. I thought tonight would have to be the night Shanahan has used him, and he's already given him a carry. So we will keep a close eye on all of that. Thank you again for putting your eye here on Damon Bruce Plus. Hit like and subscribe. We get the sleeper watermark back up. And all right, we are back in business. 5:01 on a stopped clock, and it is 1st and 10 for the 49ers here. Okay. Got to get some points here on this drive early on. Got to climb yourself back into this game. Cannot give Seattle the ball back with a 10-0 advantage and looking to do more damage on a scoreboard. McCaffrey falls forward for about 3 or 4 there on 1st down. We have on YouTube over 400 people watching, but we don't even have 175 likes. Tap that like button, if you will. It's going to bring more people in. We've already got 1,100 people watching across all of our platforms we're streaming on. We want more people in the party. The party gets better, and we might have to keep ourselves company tonight if the Niners just do nada. That is a live ball fumble. Seattle has recovered it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Was that Tongas who got stripped? That was Tongas, I believe, who got stripped. Wow, oh, wow, oh, wow. Or was that Luke Farrell? I got to see who caught that. No. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Jake Tongas. That would not have happened to George Kittle. I can tell you that much. Jones just rips that ball right out of his hands. That is a fumble all day and night long. No need to even review it. Holy mackerel. This is the worst start to any game I think we have ever seen in the Kyle Shanahan era. It feels like the bill of the entire year has come to the table. You know, if a message that I got to tell you, I've been sending it, you know, you're not even supposed to be in this game. Well, guess what? The Niners have showed up not even supposed to be in this game. This has been a dreadful start. Absolutely god-awful start. Man. Thomas says, going to go to the Cheesecake Factory, get a drink. Yeah, I mean, stepbrothers, angry parents mode, go to the Cheesecake Factory on Christmas. I hear you. Are these boys sleepwalking? Rita Thomas says, 49ers defense got to quit sleepwalking. Bless you and your families. Thank you very much. I tell you, we got Chef Eugene saying, everyone calm down. Rough start, but plenty of time to win this. Let's go 49ers. I think that was sent to me before that fumble occurred. Kyle already shaking in his boots. We have seen that. Let me catch up with all the supers. We are all caught up. Man, the laws of averages, the luck has to flip. Well, you could say it is an awful lot of luck that brought the Niners into this game, and maybe this game is that luck flipping back. But if you're talking like, yeah, the Niners are going to do something other than lose 55-0 tonight, yeah, they could use a little luck on their side right here, right now. And, you know, I see some people up here saying defense. What is the defense? The defense has allowed 3 points. It is special teams that put this team in a hole. It was a failed 4th down conversion after picking up a 4th down conversion that put this team in a hole. And then it was a fumble. The problems here are mostly on special teams and offense. The defense is the only unit that has so far done its job in this football game. Good Lord. So, Seattle will start with the ball on the Niners' 42-41 yard line. Just outstanding field position. For a quarterback with an oblique, that's a little achy. There is a pursuit on Sam Darnold, and he is brought down by a blitzing Malik Mustafa, who came right through Charbonnet, who did not throw a very good block at all. And Darnold is getting up, and he's got a little hitch in his giddy up after a huge sack that the 49ers needed there on first down to get a little something going in their direction. Robert Saleh dials another blitz up. He's blitzed twice tonight. That came through Leonard Walker, by the way, not Charbonnet. Wow, Malik Mustafa, huge, huge, huge. And now, on 2nd and 20, you got to bow up here and get off the field, 49ers defense. This second down play is a big one. It's going to set up 3rd and manageable or not. No, never mind. First down nearly to Cooper Kupp. Holy shit. A sack to deliver you into 2nd and 20, and then Cooper Kupp picking on Renardo Green. Oh, my gosh. Renardo looked like he got caught in between two plays right there. Man, that was bad. I don't know if he was playing zone. Man, that was just bad. So 1st and 10 for Darnold. Darnold looking to throw his screen. It does not set up well. That ball is incomplete. Too much sauce as the football gods bet on the Seahawks, it seems. Well, I mean, I'm not even here to tell you that the Seahawks have been magnificent yet. It's just the Niners have been just awful outside of two plays. The 49ers have been awful. A D. Winters tackle for a loss and a Malik Mustafa sack that turned into absolutely nothing on the very next play. Jason says, hope to see you next weekend. Go Niners. Well, if you want to see us here on a watch party, the Niners better start participating in this game. That is going to be a flag way downfield, and it looks like Siegel just tackled his man instead of making a play, and this is going to be a 1st and goal for the Seahawks here. Siegel just pushed his man down in coverage. Just absolutely ran through his guy. That is pass interference. That's a very easy flag to throw. 1st and goal. I mean, wait, we got Renardo Green getting yelled at by Shanahan. Pointed, said, go somewhere. Wait, man, this is just chaos. Absolute chaos here. Darnold, hands off to Walker, runs up the middle, picks up about 2 or 3. By the way, Darrell Luter Jr. is coming to this game. So Renardo Green is out of this game, it looks like right now. Oh, mercy. Barry Ford says, with the grandkids, just turning on the TV. What the you-know-what? We just saw the fumble. Need to calm down. Needing a bottle pull. Where's the Jameson? I hear you, man. I hear you. This is a terrible start. Absolutely terrible start. Darnold, little play action to the back of the end zone. Did he find Jackson Smith and Jigba for a touchdown? He did. Touchdown. Seahawks. Wow. Wow. Niners fans, what can I tell you? You got to be sick to your stomachs. This game, I don't want to say is over before it even begins, but this game is, trending towards over before it even begins, because now the 49ers need to dig out of a 17-point hole and more. And I don't know if that's even possible against a defense that is as good as Seattle's and is just going to be playing no big play football the rest of the night. There it is. The point after is good. It is 17-0. The biggest nightmare of a start of a Shanahan. If Shanahan just had his best win maybe of his career in Philadelphia, this is the worst start of his career in Seattle. What a disaster. We are not even at 2 minutes remaining. It's a minute 50 remaining in the first quarter. It's 17-0 Seahawks. Good God. Well, let's see how everyone in the chat is doing, shall we? It's probably really chipper over here. Let's see what we got. I'm going to scroll all the way down. We're going to get shut out. Hot Pocket, am I going to tell you you're wrong? Sean is saying Saleh for head coach. Saleh will be a head coach, but it won't be for the Niners. It'll be for some other NFL team next year. Hell with these injuries. I said cheers all season. For real. Look, here's the deal. Yeah, it is remarkable they're here, but the thing is, you are here. So what are you going to do when you get here? And the answer seems to be completely no-show. That's what the answer seems to be. An absolute bona fide no-show. At least that's what we're looking at through the first not even 15 minutes of this game. An absolute disaster. Getting beat on the line of scrimmage, getting beat in the running game. Also, let me look here. Some team stats early on. The Seahawks already have 6 first downs, 68 total yards, running 4.5 yards per play per average. They've run for 32 to the 49ers, just 9 rushing yards. The Niners already have 2 penalties for 31 yards. The Niners have 31 total yards of offense. So the Niners, due to penalties and yards accumulated, have 0 net yards basically in this game so far. And they've turned the ball over. I mean, everything that could not happen. Hand Seattle extra points before an offense even has a say in it. Turn the ball over to a defense that doesn't screw around. Dig yourself a 17-0 hole. This is the largest lead the 49ers have had, or excuse me, the Seahawks have had over the 49ers in Seattle since 2020. Kickoff goes into the end zone. It will be downed for a touchback. Well, I don't think I even need to say that, Siegel just got used right there, man. Darrell Luter Jr. chasing Cooper Kupp. That didn't go well. I'm super proud of what our boys did this year. Mike, thank you very much. You should be. You know, you should be proud of what has happened, but this is not a game to be proud of at all. This is awful. This is farcical. When was the last forced turnover? That Colts game? I think they had a turnover in the Bears game. Brock, little play action, finds McCaffrey on a screen. McCaffrey hit from behind, picks up, 6, 7, 8 yards. What did Green do to piss Kyle off? Jason, I didn't see it. I did not see what the moment of where that explosion really came from. Kyle is using an awful lot of French language into that microphone right now. Damon, just end the stream, please. Alex, no. We play hurt. By the way, that was for 11 yards. Pardon me. I lost myself on the field there for that McCaffrey screen. So it is 1st and 10 as the Niners are getting up to the 50-yard line here. McCaffrey falls forward for a couple on a handoff. Kind of seen this one coming. I know it's early, but no bueno. Always, Niner gang, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Red Jet, she is on our side no matter what happens. She's preaching the gospel of the Plus. Craig's Kitchen saying it's special teams, no O-line, fumble again. I mean, yeah, it feels like all the worst habits, all the disappointment of the season is sort of rearing its head early on here. 2nd and 9. Purdy throws again to McCaffrey. It's going to take an awful lot more than just chipping away with screen plays and underneath passes to McCaffrey here. 3rd down. And it's not an exaggeration to say the Niners are in 4-down territory for the rest of this game, basically. This play clock will end the first quarter mercifully. We have come to the end of the first quarter, and we are almost an hour in to this live stream, and it's been an otherwise living hell for the San Francisco 49ers early on here in this game. A living hell for the San Francisco 49ers so far. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong, and there is no denying that. Nothing is working. Nothing is firing. Blame it on refs and late timeouts all you want. This is a lot more than just that happening. By the way, get more happening when you're over on Sleeper. Use promo code Damon if you would please. You get yourself a $100 deposit match up to $100 when you sign up on the link that is right in the description of this very live stream that you are watching right now. We've got over 1,300 people watching right now. Need more of you to hit that like button right now if you are one of the 500 plus who are watching on YouTube. We got McCaffrey, an anytime touchdown right here, right now. Extra points for Eddie Pinheiro. He needs at least 2. Yeah, the Niners are going to need more than that to win this game. Brian Robinson, 6.5 yards. Let's go, Brian Robinson. Leonard Williams, he needs a solo tackle and a half. And doesn't have it yet. Feels like that'll be coming soon. So, folks, bad karma all around this game for the 49ers. I will let you know one more time right here that it would be a little bit of a long shot for it to get here around halftime now, but started that third quarter. If you order your Ikes right now, sounds like a good time to do it. Thank you so much to him, our friends at the Dubliner. And again, thank you to you. No thanks to the Niners, though, for starting this game so poorly. I mean, this is above and beyond anybody being hurt. This was just a god-awful start here. A god-awful start for this football team. Yeah, 4th down territory all year long. Demoralizing to go down 7-0 before a play from scrimmage, especially in a game like this. Joe, you are right. Everything that has transpired is due to that opening kickoff. I mean, yeah, the chances of mojo being on your side evaporated instantly. I can't wait for the internet sleuths to show me the pass, the flag, or why it was picked up, the call that might have gone for the Niners, and say that's where it all changed. 3rd and 5. Ball just over the 50. Purdy steps up in a pocket to avoid a sack. He throws back across his field in a scary fashion, but Tongas does come down with it for a 1st down. That was scary as hell. None of that looked right. Good God. Oh, my God. Now, here's the deal. This is what I don't want to see. This team needs a full rebuild, get a new fucking coach. This is one of the best coaching jobs you will see in your lifetime, given the injuries on this team. Tonight's game, anyone can look bad on a day of football. Unfortunately, the Niners looked like they've picked the divisional round to look the worst of their year. But this is not Kyle is a bad coach. That's simpleton talk. He is not a bad coach. This is a bad game, though. Most coaches would have never even reached the divisional round, never even thought of getting into the playoffs with the injuries that this team has gone through this year. But obviously, defending any of this and what you're seeing tonight is a fool's errand. No one would do it. This is an awful start. So 2nd and 8 here. Brock in the shotgun. Throws underneath to McCaffrey, who does spring this for a first down. McCaffrey picks up, moves the chains. And this has got to be points, kids. It's got to be points here and now. And I don't mean 3. Niners need to get this ball in the end zone right here. It really feels that way. Got to do something with this football in the end zone. By the way, 13 minutes, 13:58, 13:57, 13:56. Hopefully we're synced up. Here we go. 1st and 10. That play clock is dwindling, and it's going to be a timeout there. That feels like that's a bad early place to use a timeout. And Kyle is out barking at officials. He's not happy. But it felt like that play came in late. Guys got back to the huddle late, and then just, it's got to go better than that. It's got to be smoother than that, Kyle. Legendary Pizza says, our O-line sucks bad. The O-line is pretty much an average offensive line. What you're looking at is the best defensive line in football this year. Seattle's defensive line leads in every important metric, especially against the rush, that you possibly could. They're top 5 in EPA, in success rate, in DVOA, in run type. They've been a monster up front. So, again, this is an awful lot worse than anything we saw in Week 18. Where's Pearsall? Yeah, let's see a play for Ricky here. Maybe he can do something. Score his first touchdown of the whole gosh darn season. Brock looking left the whole time. He throws to Jawan Jennings, but it is overthrown. It is a little bit of a hospital ball, and it's going to be 2nd and 10. Man, it looks like Brock might have had Ricky if he looked in the other direction, but he never even looked at him. I don't think Brock trusts Ricky very, very much. Demarcus Robinson, Ricky Pearsall, one of you guys is going to have to do something here tonight. One of you guys is going to have to do something on this drive. It just can't all be Brock to McCaffrey, Brock to McCaffrey. 2nd and 10. Just got the ball off before that play clock expired. Brock is going to have to throw that one out of bounds, and he does. He was under duress, just retreating, and it looked like they were trying to set up another underneath pass to Christian McCaffrey. Offense has got to be more than that. Again, it's a fucking wrap. This hole's too hard to dig out of, to climb out. Look, something's got to happen here, or I'm going to tell you that you might be right. This has got to be points for the Niners. Brock, he throws under to McCaffrey. McCaffrey tries to get away from a tackler. They pull him down short of the sticks. We are looking at 4th and 4, and you're trotting out Eddie Pinheiro here to just get on the scoreboard. A touchdown was needed. But to say that this has to go through the uprights is a massive understatement. Massive understatement right here. Eddie Pinheiro, please kick this through. And then something needs to happen defensively for this team. Eddie Pinheiro, what do you say, Eddie? That ball is through and good. And the Niners are on the board. Not in the way that they need it to be, but they're on the board. I'm not here declaring we got ourselves a football game, but a stop and a score, and then we do. And that's how quickly things can change. But trying to come from behind against a defense this good, you are up against it. Very much up against it. Again, I want to say thanks for the supers that have come in. We've already got 24 supers that have officially come on in here. I don't know why it's saying 6 here on the target. You guys got to get the playoff bottle pull for 50 super chats. I said any super should count towards that. I guess only the big ones are. So again, more expensive supers. That would be a nice way to keep me involved in this one. Good God. But I will say this. We are here for the subs. And thank you to those of you who have subbed. 50,426 of you, as a matter of fact, have hit sub. And with over nearly 1,400 people in the room right now, I'm guessing not all of you have subbed to this channel. If you would, please. We are trying to grow this thing to 100,000, 150,000, 200,000. We are not in the fucking around business over here when it comes to covering this team. So if you want to be in that business with me, please hit sub and become a part of this channel. It is a great community. We got great people in here for the most part. We got people who are adults and understand even good teams with good coaches and good quarterbacks can have a bad game, but boy, please don't do it in the divisional round. Somebody went ahead and just hit that sub button. A couple people just hit that sub button. And I thank you very, very much for doing that. While we're looking at that, let's get a few more supers in here saying, Damon, love your boys, but making me take a lot of pulls tonight. Look, here's the thing. I'm going to be gone the next 3 days. If this really does get out of pocket, I think I might go spend a little time with the boys before they go, and I'll join Larry for some post-game. I don't think there'll be festivities, but there's still a lot of game left. There's a lot of game left here. Make a defensive play. Do something on the scoreboard again. This ain't over. It ain't over yet. Let the draft talk begin. Anyone care to speculate what position the 49ers will be drafting in the first round? It better be O-line. It better be an O-lineman. It better be either another D-lineman. God, this team needs a wide receiver. Now it needs a tight end, and it needs a linebacker too. The needs never go away. Never go away. Joe Young saying possession by possession, Damon. Starts with D getting a stop in any way, shape, or form. Come up here. Let's go. Keep the faith. I'm just telling you, I'm a rah-rah guy. This is another big special teams return, though, for Seattle. That ball's nearly out to the 40. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. What happened to what is this supposed to be? Green? Yeah, Renardo Green. Kyle was yelling all over him. I do not know what happened to Renardo Green. I cannot tell you. Let's just take a look here and see if he is out right now on this field. I see him out there. Renardo Green's number 0 is out there. He's on the bottom of the screen right now. He's off his guy by about 12 yards. Blow that whistle. That's going to be a pickup about 4 before forward progress was stopped. Again, thank you for hitting that subscribe button. This is Michael saying if they can go into halftime down 17-10, they'll have a pulse. They do get the ball to start the second half. You're right. But they got to do something. I mean, if ifs were fifths, we'd all be drunk. If my aunts had nuts, she'd be my uncle. They got to start playing football right now. 2nd and 8 right now. Do something right now. Get a turnover here right now. Get off the field right now. Already. Time is precious. We got Walker running around guys who looked like they were maybe there to make a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, but Walker brings this to a 3rd and short. Huge play right here. 3rd and 2, and it's on a Seattle would punt if they don't pick this up side of the field with a 17-3 lead. That would be the smart play. Been subbed for 2 seasons now. It's great content. Thank you so much, Jason. I really, really appreciate you being subbed. Again, I appreciate the members. I appreciate people who pick up merch. I appreciate everyone who watches the show. We do 11 a.m. West Coast time, live and alive for the most part, 5 days a week. 3rd and 2. We got a playoff fake to Darnold, who throws way downfield. Upton Stout with good coverage downfield. And this is 4th and 2. The 49ers were, the Seahawks were looking for a kill shot right there. And Upton Stout wasn't having it. Upton, good job. It would have been very easy to bite on a play fake on a 3rd and 2. He didn't. He stayed with Rashid Shaheed. Okay. Had to get off the field. Had to get off the field, and they did. Sky Moore back to return this punt from Michael Dickinson. Dickinson angles that one, and that is going to be just outstanding field position. He's got the Niners inside the 5-yard line. Wow. Again, when the Niners needed a little bit of a break, they get off the field, but a coffin corner punt is going to leave them with 95 yards against the number 1 defense in football. Got to do something with that. Got to do something with that. Gizmo Maltese says, need a break. Didn't get one right there. Didn't get one right there. Of course the ball bounces Seattle's way. It's all Seattle early on here. Offense has got to step up. Danny, you are right about that. It is time for this team to score a touchdown. Never daunted. I hope to run into you guys in Miami. You're going to be there in Miami? Must score drive right here. They must go 95 yards to do it. Still skinny. We're still in it. Again, if it's a 1-possession game at halftime, you're still in this game. That is the goal now. Make it a 1-possession game and get this ball in the second half. No more points by Seattle here in this first half. Big, give me a 15-play, 9-minute drive right here. The Niners need a monster drive right here. Believe it or not, both of these teams have run 18 plays. 76 total yards to 74 total yards. Again, you open up the box score and it doesn't look bad. You open up the box score, it doesn't look bad, but the things and the ways that the Niners are screwing up, short fields, fumbles, kickoffs, return for touchdowns against you, that is just a bad, bad way to start, man. Famous last words. I don't know what words you were talking about right there. Scott in the Bay is asking for a bottle pull right now. You know what? Under the circumstances, we normally don't take requests up in the DJ booth, but it's not a bad idea. It's not the worst idea. Here's to a 95-yard drive for the Niners against the Seahawks defense. They need it now. Cheers. Mm-hmm. Ho-ho! Yeah. It's going to be a long night. We can't be hitting the bottle here that hard in the first half. Infinity touchdowns from here on out in a pick 6. We got him. JD Sugar looking for infinity scoring. Should be easy to come up with that, no doubt. Joe Young, Seattle special teams have been special. Yeah, I mean, one return to the house. The second return was pretty darn good too. And that punt was outstanding. But it was a good carry for McCaffrey there. On first down, he picked up 8, and now it's 2nd and 3, 2nd and 2. McCaffrey runs for a first. So the Niners are out of the shadow of their own end zone. That's a good start to this drive. What are you drinking, Damon? May go buy me some myself. My friend Erwin brought me this to the last Plus Mania, this bottle of Heaven Hill. We've been at it for a few weeks, as you can see here, taking some pulls. But this is a fantastic, fantastic bourbon. First and 10. Purdy drops back. He's looking to fire something downfield. He does find Tongas, for a first down. It gets it out to about the 32. Tonga certainly owes this team a very good game after that devastating fumble early on. Dude, what if the Niners win? Well, it'll be one of the greatest comebacks you have ever seen in your life based on the start, and it will be one of the most disgraceful losses in the history of the Seattle football franchise. So we'll worry about that a lot later on. Plenty of time, but plenty of things need to start happening. Brock, again, down the middle, finds Tongas, and this ball is now around the 50-yard line. Okay, there you go. Moving the football. Let's see it happen. Well, there's a game going on here, Tiger Tank. I mean, here's the thing. I know it's a bad start, but you shouldn't be done rooting for the 49ers in the middle of a playoff game. But yeah, go Sharks. They are on the come up. Gee, Sharks, you're going to be interesting. Every other team is on a downward trend. I wouldn't say that the Niners are on a downward trend. They are in the divisional. But it's been a dauber down first half. 3rd and 8. We're at the 7-minute mark. This clock is ticking. We're at 6:58, 6:57. 2nd and 8. Ball very close to the 50-yard line. Purdy in shotgun, 3-step drop. Ball is out. Finds McCaffrey. McCaffrey tiptoes up the sideline for a first down. Okay. This is officially matriculating the ball down the field. What? Down 17-0 in the first quarter isn't an amazing comeback? Well, all right then. It's the fuzz man. Let's do it easily. That should be easy then. Down 17-0 on the road against the number one scoring, number one defense in football. That would be pretty fucking amazing. Again, you're not the beauty pageant judge you think you are. I'll tell you what you need to think because you aren't thinking clearly. If the Niners were to win this game, it would be a spectacular happening. It would go down in football lore. Are you kidding me? Based on the way this game has started, it would be stunning if they were to come back from a 17-0 deficit on the road against this defense. I mean, seriously, what are you people on? What are you like? Are you doing ayahuasca trips as you're watching this show? Never daunted, just throwing it out there. Purdy moving the ball. Purdy is moving the ball here. Down 17-0 in the playoffs. We've been here before. It's not a place you want to be. And yeah, I did notice that. You've already blown your second time out. I don't like that either. This has got to be a score here. This has got, and I don't mean another field goal. Yeah, bro's clueless against the best D. I mean, come on. Come on. Oh, we got good news here. Moneyhan 1 is just put the voodoo on Seattle. Look, whenever you got to go to the Maloikia, it's a little earlier in the game to have to go to the Maloikia, but if you got to do it, you got to do it. And thank you for doing it on behalf of all Niners fans who should be thanking you too. Few more supers. How can Tongas redeem himself at this point? Touchdown. That would go a long way. Scoring a touchdown tonight would go a long way for Jake Tongas redeeming himself. What is this? Is this real? Bo Nix broke his ankle in this game. He's done for the remainder of the year. Wow. Wow. If that is true, is that line? Let me look at that. Hold on. Is ESPN reporting that? Bo Nix suffered a season-ending broken bone in his ankle during overtime, and that's a win over Buffalo. But wow. Wow. That is devastating. Absolutely. Look at it this way. That's the kind of thing that you'd expect to happen to the freaking 49ers. That's how devastating that is. So for the rest of the way and for the rest of the playoffs, it's going to be Jared Stidham in for the Denver Broncos. That's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Let's go, boys. Here we go. This is Flea Market Mixtape. Let's see if he's right. Little razzle-dazzle right here. A double reverse back to Purdy to set up a screen to Demarcus Robinson, which goes for like 4 yards. That was an awful lot of razzle-dazzle for a screen for 3 or 4 yards. That was wide receiver pitch to wide receiver pitch to McCaffrey, who pitched back to Purdy, who set up a reverse flea flicker for just a handful of yards. Oh, excuse me, 1 yard. The play went for 1 yard. It touched 3 Niners' hands, and it went for 1 yard. Not the razzle-dazzle moment that they needed. But it is 2nd and 9. This is a 7-play, 53-yard drive. CMC runs it up the middle. He maybe picks up 3 or 4. So we're looking at 3rd and 5. 3rd and 6. It'll be 3rd and 6 here. And we are down to 5 minutes remaining in the first half right now. 4:58, 57, 56. More supers have come in. We thank you. But Bo Nix breaking his ankle. Wow. Yeah. Brett saying, ESPN saying he's done for the rest of the year. Indeed, he is. 3rd and 6. This is huge here. Brock fires one to Ricky Pearsall, who makes a catch for a first down. Ricky, it's been a while since we have seen you or said your name. Well timed. Excuse me, burping up a little late dinner that I had. This is the Niners' chance to make it a game. Joe Young, I believe you're right. It's got to be here, and then they got to get a stop. Again, if it's a one-possession game and they get the ball to start the third quarter, that's a whole new day. Let's see what happens here. There's a lot of football left in this game. Just calm down, take a breath, play ball one game at a time. Go Niners. Robert, thank you very much. I hope that comes to bear. And again, JD is again saying normally I'd be upset about Kyle's timeouts, but we're on the short bus at the moment. Yeah, it is. It's hard to complain about anything that might turn into a decent drive here. So Ricky Pearsall, he made a catch. Oh, no, they're saying that's not a catch? It's not a catch. That ball was trapped? Well, here's Eddie Pinheiro then. Man, 4th and 6, I'd almost be going for this. This is a 56-yard attempt. I would go for this. I don't like this play by Kyle right here. I don't like this decision. Hopefully it turns into points. Niners sure need him. Eddie, he's got it up, and it looks good. Eddie had that from another 6-7 yards. That was a big kick, Eddie Pinheiro. 17-6. An 11-point game. That did look like a catch. Can I get that Ricky Pearsall look again? Man. Let's go ahead and get that score right. And there we are. There we are. Again, here we are in terms of our subscriber count. Here we are. I'd love to get to 50,500 tonight, and I'm going to need several of you to lean into that subscribe button in order to get there. With over 1,400 people in the room, it's great to have you all here. If you're new here, my name's Damon. I've been talking football in the Bay Area for the better part of 20 years. Used to be on something called the radio. Not even sure those exist anymore, but this does. Thank you for being here. Hit like, hit subscribe. Memberships are available. Merch is available. I want you to go ahead and be a part of what I think has been a real, true, cool football community and a sports community that we built together over here. I almost wanted to roll my eyes when I heard about communities and YouTube, but it's true. It's true. People here have become actual friends with each other. People here are getting together and hanging out in real life with each other. And look, this game is going to take all the friends banding together to get something to happen, period. Goddamn buzzkill. Damn it. Brutal reversal there. I mean, God, I want to see it again. I do. I want to see it again, but I don't want to jog back and screw up the broadcast. Eddie Dinero, JD Sugar, he did get that one done, brother. He did. He got that done. Again, Niners are just going to have to chip away, chip away all freaking game long. I would have liked to seen Kyle go for that for sure, but you got to start getting points up there. Now here, Monty, let's hope Monty is right about this. Where'd we go? I just saw it up here. Said Sam Darnold turnover coming. I can't find what you had, Monty, up there, but here it is. Need Darnold to fuck up. Iowa Niner fan. Yeah. Yeah, you do. A mistake. Officiating suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. If it were really suspicious, we'd be seeing another replay, wouldn't we? But that was a 10-play, 57-yard drive. The longest field goal in 49ers postseason history by Eddie Pinheiro. Cheers to that. By the way, I do not know why this goal is not working here. Oh, I didn't set it up for 50 minutes. We're going to restart the goal of 50 supers. We just restarted the goal, but in order to do that, we're going to salute the longest field goal in 49er postseason history. We restarted our Super Chats goal over on YouTube officially, and with nearly 1,450 of you watching right now, this one's for you. We got over 500 people watching just on YouTube, 500 people in the room on YouTube. Do we have 500 likes? We have 309 likes. 200 of you are just not getting it done, but cheers to the rest of you. All right. Get off the field again, 49ers defense. Get off the field again. We got Walker carrying it around the right-hand side for about 4. Sam Aquino on the tackle. Here, Monty, I knew I saw it up there. You said it first. Darnold turnover coming. Hey, speak it into existence. Speak that thing into existence. Turnover here. Oh, we got someone, a Niner fan, Jim Morales, saying that that right call, it was incomplete. Thank you, Jim. Your eyes are trusted. Oh, running through tackles is what we see right here. Walker looks like he was dead to rights about 5 yards before he was actually taken down. This will set up a 3rd and 2. I'm saying 3rd and 2 here for the Seahawks offense. Make it 3rd and 1, pardon me. Damon, I must say, Chaff Sports was my home for the Niners, but all this season and every other season, I'm going to be on your team. Well, thank you very much, Matt. I appreciate it. And let me just say, I know that Chase Sr. and Chat Sports do massive watch parties. I think Chase does a really nice job. He's inspired me to go ahead and try this too. That is a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, everybody. We got a flag here on the play. I don't know where this flag is coming in from, but Eric Kendricks got in there and made a nice tackle right where the Niners need it. Hopefully this does not go against San Francisco. Hopefully this does not go against San Francisco. And by the way, Charbonnet is shaken up on this play. Charbonnet is grabbing the back of his left knee right now, and he is in pain. What's the flag? John Hussey with the call. What do you got, John? Holding on the defense. Jordan Elliott spun the center around. I mean, that was just away from the play. Inconsequential. Technically, yeah, I guess that's holding, but I guarantee you can see that away from the play all the time. And that is going to prevent the Niners from getting off the field right there. What a shame. I will agree with you here, Martin. You don't need many more field goals. No, you don't. Damon, if you got any leftover from last week, conjure up some of that Indiana magic. It's got to be worth at least one touchdown. All I can tell you, Philip Don Michael Johnson, I am saving all the Indiana magic for the Indiana Hoosiers in Miami. I'm going to be selfish with that. But yes, I mean, good luck, everyone. The Hoosiers are pulling for you. Pearsall didn't have enough time off, obviously, the super genius. Yeah, I mean, look, all I'm going to tell you right now is, outside of making an outstanding play that wins this game for the 49ers, my Ricky Pearsall journey, look at it this way. If the Ricky Pearsall journey were to end this offseason, I wouldn't cry about that at all. The guy just, whatever he might be, he's not out there enough to even know. So I'm sure he's a good guy. Got nothing bad to say about Ricky Pearsall, but he might not be cut out for this league, which would just be another first-round draft pick burned by the Niners if indeed that is what is happening. Kyle needs to stop with the trick plays and just run regular stuff. Seattle defense is too fast for long developing plays. CJ Gray. Yeah, the one bit of razzle-dazzle that he used here was nonsense. The fullback option pitch was atrocious. I can't believe he even had that in the playbook. Kyle Juszczyk doesn't run well enough with the ball to have him even get on the edge to be the guy running the option pitch. That was nuts. Nacho just looking for a pick six right here. Niners sure could use one of those. The refs have the over. JD Sugar. Well, that's going to get the Niners back into this game then, hopefully. TTV, say my girlfriend dumped me this week. I really need this W, boys. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. By the way, yeah, Charbonnet got his bell rung by D. Winters right there. That was helmet to helmet. And again, we did have JD Sugar dropping some love on Eddie. All right. Got a big running lane here for Seattle. Seattle is taking this ball way down the sideline after a little pitch back to, who is, I don't even know who that is. Who is number 22 for the Seahawks? Who is that? That is, or is that 32? Pardon me. Was that 32? No, that's 22. That is Rashid Shaheed again. He has been a big, big factor in this game so far. Rashid Shaheed again. He's the one who housed the opening touchdown. The kickoff. Big play right there. He just picked up 30. And we are at the 2-minute warning. We are at the 2-minute warning. Man, Niners got to do something right here. They can't allow points again. Or they at least got to hold the Seahawks to a field goal. Chicken shit, garbage coal. Seattle is holding on every Darnold drop back, and they have yet to call it. Joey, I don't even think you really need to hold against this defensive line. I'm not putting any of this on the refs yet. It's a hole that you cannot dig yourself into. Ricky enjoys getting Pinocchio off the field, not play. Thank you, Craig Kitchen. Again, CJ, game is not over yet. It's not trending in the right direction, but it's not over yet. They need to get the ball back here desperately. They need to get the ball back here really, really bad. And unfortunately, when it comes to scoring points, like I said, the only place you're going to see George Kittle tonight is going to be in a Little Caesars pizza ad, and I just saw him. George needs a better agent. That wasn't a very good ad. Look, we're going to be taking a good hard look at the box score. Here's the thing. You wouldn't even believe me if I told you who would gain the most yards. It's the Niners. The Niners have 131 offensive yards to Seattle's 115 so far. But Seattle's getting 5.2 a play. 49ers are up to 4.9. Darnold's only thrown for 42, but Seattle's rushed for 73 yards so far on the ground, and the Niners have had 3 penalties for now 36 yards. And I will agree to this. From this point on, you're pretty much in 4-down territory. For sure. There would be obviously a wrinkle or two to that. But you're all out of room to not be aggressive. The Niners cannot let this game come to them in any way, shape, or form. They're going to need to make something happen. And on 1st and 10, Darnold is under center, coming out of the 2-minute warning. The ball is on the 49ers' 36-yard line. Darnold, 3-step drop. Pressure comes up the middle. Incomplete pass out to the flats. D. Winters came in like a thunder. Nice little play there from D. Winters. He was all over that. All right. Look at this. Fox is already worried about losing viewers here, saying San Francisco does receive the ball to start the second half. And indeed, they do. They're going to need it. 2nd and 10. Do something defensively. 2nd and 10. Whoa. Oh, my goodness. It looked like Darnold had a wide open receiver, but threw it in front of his receiver. And again, that would have been Rashid Shaheed again had he come up with that. So 3rd and 10, and you need this, Niners. You need this. You need this badly. 3rd and 10. You need this so badly right here, right now. 3rd and 10, Darnold on a slant. First down, and he did it right in front of Darrell Luter Jr. First down. Just perfect throw there. Perfect throw there. So now this clock is ticking. After this play, if the clocks keep ticking, this is going to be under a minute to play here in the first half. Seattle does keep the ball on the ground. Walker up the middle, about 10, right on the edge of a first down. Probably going to give it to him. 58 seconds. Seattle's got 2 timeouts to burn here. They can be very patient. They got all the time in the world here. Darnold team's looking at 2nd and 1 from the 10-yard line, looking at 2nd and 1. Walker carries it to set up a 1st and goal. Seattle's going to call a timeout right here and have 1st and goal with 34 seconds from about the 6-yard line. This team is incapable of tackling. That was not good. No faith at this time. Amanda, again, I'm not going to be preaching sunny side up football when I haven't seen any reason to preach that right here, right now. You know, this is a team that was held to 3 points in the Week 18 meeting. They're going to be held to 6 points here in the first half. Even if it's 24-6, still less than they were behind against Detroit in the NFC Championship game. Detroit didn't have a defense like this, and that game was at Levi's Stadium. I hear you, but that is just not a fire alarm you want to have to pull twice. And this is going to be a touchdown for Walker, running it in, untouched. Kenneth Walker, I guess a guy slapped his elbow on the way in. But you're looking at 23-6, about to be 24-6 here. This is about to be 24-6. This is all kinds of bad news. Just a simple, just counter move. I mean, that's just the entire defense collapsing, getting sucked in. Nobody holds the edge or contain. And 24-6 is about to be the new reality of this game. And this is the world that the Niners are living in. 24-6. There will be 31 seconds, which I promise you Kyle won't do anything with. Unless this is a massive return on special teams. Thank God we deferred garbage touchdowns in the second half. Rock. Thomas, I hate to say this is just awful. I mean, it's awful without even like anything to lean on and say, well, this is how you start building back. This is how you go ahead and you get yourself back into this game. You're going to lean on this guy. You're going to do this a little more. You're going to do this a little less. It's just a massive hole that great defenses, which this Seattle defense is pretty damn good, don't let you out of. Seattle and Houston at Levi. Tom, that's actually what I predicted on Wake Up this week. On Friday with Kruger, that's what I talked about. I think it's Seattle-Houston in the Super Bowl this year. By the way, that is not a good special teams play. It's brought down at the 30 with 28 seconds left. That was just a big boom tackle right there. I hear you, Iggy. It's not over, but it ain't good. There is no doubt about that. No doubt about that at all. Again, Seattle doesn't look rusty. They look well rested. Their special teams popped one, and the bottle of champagne has just been pouring over the Seahawks ever since this game began. 1st and 10. Purdy going to uncork what? Something over the middle. Incomplete to McCaffrey. Wouldn't have done anything. And look, you're right here. Stephanie, they're not supposed to be here. But for a team that's not supposed to be here, they really went out of their way to not be in this game for a millisecond. And that's what's disappointing. CMC hurt. Is he on the sideline right now? We do have Brian Robinson Jr. in this game. Purdy is running with this ball up the field. Don't get yourself hurt there, Brock. Did he get out of bounds? Brock just had a nice little scramble there. I don't know if it's going to get you much, do anything. We got our friendly little sleeper watermark back up here. Let's put my logo back up here. I mean, at least we can look good if the Niners can't. At least we can. I guess we've already had people looking at the flag that got picked up on that opening kickoff return. 38 in Seattle blocking the back on the opening kick return. There was a flag thrown decisively, and it was picked up. And oh, by the way, Christian McCaffrey is getting his back rubbed on right now. Christian McCaffrey does look uncomfortable right now. 13 seconds, no timeouts remaining. The ball at the 50. Seattle is going to take a timeout here. Not sure what Seattle's so worried about right here in this moment, but they obviously have a chance to talk, and they will. Brock is fighting hard here, trying to make a statement to this team. Yeah, CMC is hurt. CMC does look hurt. So again, what's just another element of how's things going today? Not good. Not good. Brock stepping way back. I mean, he takes like a 10-step drop and he throws an interception on the sideline. No, they're saying it is out of bounds when the defender came down with that one. So that won't count as an interception for Purdy. And he's going to get one more throw off here. 7 seconds to go. You know, I love you here, Sleepy. Y'all really not Niner fans if you think the game is over. I appreciate the enthusiasm. The Niners are all kinds of fucked right now. Right now, they're in a lot of trouble. They could not be in more trouble humanly possible. Seahawks aren't even rushing Purdy, who throws one to the end zone. That nearly comes down in Tongis's hands. My gosh. There was nearly a Hail Mary that got delivered right there. Witherspoon, of all guys, breaks it up. Tongus nearly had that, but Witherspoon makes a really nice play, breaks that. No, that wasn't even Witherspoon who made the play. That was close, though. But it was 24-6 at the half. That just made that stadium grip for a minute, but that's a nearly completed Hail Mary is like the third best play that the Niners ran in this half. They're in trouble. J.D. Sugar, that kick return and a turnover are killing us. We need a turnover or two in the second half. Yeah. So here's how you build a win in the second half. Sam Darnold comes out and pees down his own leg. Absolutely. That is non-negotiable. It's going to take a pissing down his own leg effort. Now, you are right here, Huxley. Tommy, this team is all third stringers, and people are crazy. People are frustrated here tonight. Let me tell you, I've seen these third stringers really play and answer the bell all year long. All year long. I'm not even sure they set the alarm to get to the field on time today. Thank God we deferred garbage touchdowns in the second half, Rock. Yes, we've already been there. All right, we're all caught up from a super standpoint. We're going to have an awful lot of people coming in right now for halftime. Those who are still looking for live watch parties, are people giving up on live watch parties here? I wouldn't be surprised if some of you were, but nearly 1,700 people are in the room right now. And let me just say, I thank you very much for being here. This is not the best day of football we have seen this year, not at all. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the halftime stats so far in this game. The funny thing is the stats don't tell the story of this game yet. The stats make it look like, 49ers are actually doing something here. 11 first downs to 9, right? That feels like there's some pretty good balance there. Second down or third down efficiency, both teams are 2 for 5. The 49ers have actually run a handful more plays, 31 to 28, than the Seahawks have. They only have 2 fewer yards, 151 for Seattle, 149 for the 49ers. 103 passing yards for Brock to only 58 for Sam Darnold. But the difference here is in this running total, 93 carries or 93 yards so far for the Seattle Seahawks against 46 for the Niners. 3 penalties for 36 yards, only 2 for 5 for the Niners. Niners actually won time of possession, but it was a crucially devastating opening kick return that put the Niners behind the 8 ball. Then they found themselves in the land of fumbling the ball away when you're already now down 10-0, became 17-0. And they're trying to get back into this best as they can, but there's just not a lot happening. Again, Brock, 12 of 19, 103 yards. He's out there fighting. McCaffrey averaging 3.2 per carry, which is just over what has been a rough year from an average standpoint for McCaffrey, but 9 for 29 yards. Haven't seen much of Brian Robinson and Kyle Juszczyk again, as the Niners were asked to pick up fourth down twice on their first look at fourth down. A call of a timeout came in way too late, and then Kyle ran a fullback option play with the fullback who doesn't run well with the football. Jake Tongas and Christian McCaffrey each have 5 receptions. Tongas, though, a devastating fumble in this game. He lost that fumble. Juszczyk also fumbled, but it was not lost. Eric Kendricks has shown up. Marquise Siegel doing what he can. Malik Mustafa had a rare, decent defensive play for the 49ers. He recorded a sack in this game, and then unfortunately, second and 20 became a first down just like that after a completed pass to Cooper Kupp. So that was rough going right there. And it's really been all rough going for the 49ers. We want to thank, hold on, boom, boom, where's this? I need this right here. I want to thank every single one of you who decided that you were going to take tonight and turn it into subscribing to this channel. That would mean an awful lot. It would help me get through this just a little bit. Hold on, what are we doing here? Where's my damn thing? No, I don't want that. Do I want that? No, I don't want that. I want that. That's what I want. 50,434 subs. I thank you very much for being a part of that. If you are, and if you aren't, please consider hitting subscribe. We do live watch parties every week, and this might be our last of this year. Who knows? There could be 2 more of them. Football's a weird sport, but the Niners better start climbing back into this game immediately. Immediately, they do get the ball to start the third quarter. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong for the San Francisco 49ers. There is no debating that so far. Will anything start going right as they get the ball to start the third quarter? We got a lot of supers coming in. We'll get to those supers with a deep appreciation for them. You're all basically picking me up beers at the national championship game. I thank you very much for that, but let me tell you, we've got some subscribes, not some subs to thank, but some sponsors to thank, namely this guy right here, Ike of Ike Sandwiches. Thank you very much for Ike's being one of our initial sponsors when this actual channel launched. One of the best sandwiches in America. Go get some. If an Ike's isn't in your area, hopefully there'll be one soon enough. His empire is growing just like ours over here on YouTube. But Ike is the man. Delicious sandwiches are the game. And let me tell you, they're absolutely delicious. This is me in sandwich form. You're going to want me in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? By the way, you're going to want Ike's for the big game. You're going to want Ike's for Championship Sunday. You're going to want Ike's to celebrate the fact poor Bo Nix broke his ankle in overtime and is done for the victorious Broncos. Broncos beat the Bills, but lose Bo Nix. It'll be Stidham the rest of the way at quarterback for Denver. That is brutal. $49 off your catering order of $250 more when you use promo code SAVE49 over at Ike's. We thank our friends at The Dubliner West Portal here in San Francisco. That's the best Guinness pour in the city of San Francisco. Muni picks you right up and drops you off out front. And oh, by the way, it's just a great place, a truly great place to have yourself a gathering with friends, going to watch a game. The volume in there is right. They got high school football helmets on the wall. You will like the Dubliner West Portal, and you will love it over on Sleeper. Again, please check out Sleeper. Get a $100 deposit match up to $100 just by using promo code Damon. There will be football beyond this game, whether the Niners come out of it or not, and you're going to want to check out the props, the payoffs that you can set up for yourself, the boosts, the sprinkles on top of the betting you can do on Sleeper. So check that out. And by the way, here is my four-legger tonight. Leonard Williams, how you looking? Have you made tackles? I mean, I say, first of all, I need Eddie Pinheiro to have 2 extra points made to go over that. So let's just start there. Until we see Eddie Pinheiro kicking 2 extra points after the Niners had scored 2 touchdowns, I might not even look at this looking like it could be dead already parlay over on Sleeper. But look, I do have fun playing, and I always go responsible, and you should too when you're making choices like that. Now, where are we? Where are we? We are right here. Crypto Dream says Tom Brady loving his new head coach, Clint Kubiak, working over the 49ers. Hey, I heard the Raiders are going to talk to Mike McDaniel in Miami at the national championship game because Tom Brady's going to be there. The Raiders are going to be interviewing a couple head coaching candidates at the national championship game in Miami. But yeah, Kubiak, he isn't hurting any argument that you would have to think about him as a head coach. This is undisciplined football, turnovers, special teams. You lose Green. He gave up on his guy. Well, at least they've scored 6. Yeah, look, Vin, it's been rough. No denying it has been rough out there. Holding on a defense on a run play that happens every play and gets called maybe twice a year. I smell a rat. Look at it this way, Joshua. There's a lot of things to be angry at. I think right now officiating would be at the back end of the list. But the biggest job that the Niners might have had here by officials is granting a very late timeout on a fourth quarter play that they had executed and picked up. They were asked to convert it twice. And then you had the Kyle Juszczyk fullback option play, which needs to be sacrificed along with 5 virgins. That's just unbelievable. Mrs. Domestic says that Hail Mary was close. I believe we can come back. I believe in this team. I believe the ball can bounce our way. Faithful to the Bay, always. Hey, thank you for the super. Thank you for the positivity. This live stream, this football game, and this evening sure could use it, Mrs. Domestic, so I appreciate that. I hope you're not doing a little wishful thinking. I quit the bar to join the Plus watch party. SF Indigo, thank you very, very much, man. I appreciate that. MKG82, I think I'll get started on my taxes. That's a fun place to be operating when you're watching a divisional game, working on your taxes. Yeah, I mean, you want to go outside and mow the lawn. It might not be a bad idea right now either. Okay, horrible first half. Time to regroup and win this thing. Go Niners. Chef Eugene, looking for some positivity. Jorge Luis Stotello, hope springs eternal. I'm excited about the college football. Yes, I am. I am very excited about Indiana's prospects to become a national champion. I'm very excited. I'm so happy to be going. Allison Ray, it feels like we're not even trying. Oh, they're trying. They're just failing. Max Shade says, we got a comeback. Defense coming out hot in the half. Seattle offense coming out cold. And been noticing you're insanely handsome for your age. No homo. Hey, I'll be 51 in March. If this is handsome for the age, sweet. Again, I was supposed to be on the radio. You were never supposed to see me. I didn't want to do this to you. They made me do it to you. This is football touchdown XYZ. Love you, Damon. Go Niners. Thank you very much. Just $10 going right in the Ganji jar right there. We're going to need Aragon and the army of the dead to fulfill their oaths real quickly in the second half. Look, I'm not even a Game of Thrones fan, or not a Game of Thrones fan. What is that? Lord of the Rings. I'm not a Lord of the Rings guy. I thought that trilogy was basically short people with bad feet walking up a hill for the most part. But I get your reference, so thank you. And thank you for the super, JD. You've been all over this show so far. Silver lining. Purdy's been solid today. Look, look, Brock Purdy's good at what he does. Kyle Shanahan is good at what he does. This offensive line needs help. This defense needs an awful lot of help. You got third stringers and nobodies all over. A level of expectation had to be muted. But people get greedy this time of year. I get it. But the Niners are made up of third stringers and practice squatters defensively, and Saleh has done everything possible to make that work and go. Eventually, it felt like the party was going to come to an end. The party's not over here yet, though. I mean, you score the opening touchdown, you go for two, you go from totally fucked to just slightly fucked. So let's see if they can't get into the slightly fucked category. This is Baby Radiance, that NFC game, that Lions game. It's just sitting in my mind. Man, McCaffrey looks hurt. McCaffrey got a shoulder banged on. He's pointing at his clavicle. Here's the thing. If Christian McCaffrey isn't ready to go to war here in the second half, again, Niners feel like they're a little bit in trouble. Again, Kyle is a choker. I don't think Kyle's a choker. I think Kyle's team is in a bad situation, and his offense is doing what it needs to do to be in this game. This defense needs to get off the field, and this team buried itself into a hole before they even went out there and ran a play. But Saleh, absolutely. Football touchdown, XYZ. Saleh's going to be a head coach this head coaching cycle. I hope you enjoyed your year back of Robert Saleh, but I think he's about to be a head coach again. Again, what this team did to get into this game shouldn't just be completely forgotten because this game has been awful. But here we go. First play of the second half. And oh, by the way, that was Brian Robinson, meaning that Christian McCaffrey does not look like he is out there or going to be going. He's on the sideline. But there's no way Christian McCaffrey wouldn't have gotten that first carry of the half if he was feeling very good right now. I didn't hear Aaron Andrews' update right there. The party never started. I mean, that's tonight it hasn't. I'll give you that, Richie. What is it? No, we're taking shots at Saleh? Who's this dickhead who doesn't know football? SDROXO. Okay, so the Jets are the biggest group of losers the NFL's ever seen walk out of a locker room. They've got awful ownership. They had an incredible defense under Robert Saleh. Remember, it was supposed to be Aaron Rodgers who tears his Achilles on his very first play of his career, basically, with the Jets. And it was all downhill after that offensively. Defensively, they were phenomenal. The minute Robert Saleh got fired, their defense had turned awful. This year, their defense was awful again. They didn't even record an interception. By the way, Brock loads one up, throws downfield, and he finds Jawan Jennings for a first down on 3rd and 9. There will be no Robert Saleh slander. What you're basically saying here is this guy. Who is this guy? This guy don't know jack shit about anything. This channel's not for you, buddy. Robert Saleh was not the New York Jets' problem, and anyone who even suggested that it was is a clueless about football, know nothing. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Or no, you know what? Here's the thing. You're the one person, don't subscribe. Brock running for his life here again on first down. He's retreating about 25 yards, and he just throws it away. I mean, Purdy's running for his life. By the way, now Jake Tonges has got an awful lot of hitch in his giddy up. Tonges, oh, that is a contact-free injury right there. What did Jake Tonges just do? Guy who's been their leading receiver in this game, even with the fumble. He's one of the few guys who showed up to do something today, and now he might not do anything else today. Anything else can go wrong? Hurt Christian McCaffrey and Tonges? Sure, why not? The very first touch for Jordan James, the rookie, and he's staying in the game. Jordan James is in this game, the rookie from Oregon. No, he's coming out of this game now. Hey, welcome to the NFL, kid. Welcome to the NFL, kid. Yeah, people are like, Jordan James. Jordan James sighting. 3rd and 3 into the back of the offensive line goes Brian Robinson Jr., and that is going to bring up 4th down, and this has got to be go for it. This has got to be go for it time. 4th and 2. Fourth and 2, and look, this is the ball game right here. If the Niners don't, I mean, come on. 4th and 2. Purdy sacked. Unbelievable. Purdy sacked, and this just sets up great field position for the Seattle. Purdy is retreating back to the 40-yard line when he gets sacked right there. It is a disaster. It is an absolute disaster, everyone. Brendel getting worked. Dominic Pooney is having a bad sophomore season that we don't want to talk about. Man, that was bad. This is a belt to ass by the Seahawks. Absolute belt to ass. If this were a heavyweight fight, they would stop it. And there is no doubt about it. This is about to be a blowout. Anything other than Darnold interception, Seattle turnover right here, Seattle points of any kind, it ain't good. It ain't good. And here we go. Crypto Dreams must be the power substation injuries from the practice field. Here's the thing. Whether that's real or not, the perception is only going to damage the Niners. Whether it's real or not, that is a level of perception that is going to do damage to them, that players will worry about, that people have doubts about. It'll be one of those conspiracy theories that is never really proven correct or incorrect. You'll have people coming down on both sides of that argument forever, and it's another reason why I just love the San Francisco 49ers in Santa Clara. The wheels are falling off. So sad to see Tonges hurt. I mean, what happened to the guy? We got to get some updates there. How bad is that? What did he just do or feel pop? I am going to refill this water. Excuse me. Got my trusted little thermos. This isn't good. And so with the ball on the 42, Seattle starts, gives it to Walker, who's running left side, and picks up 8. I mean, Walker's getting what he wants. Tinfoil hats are available as a door prize. Look, say what you want, tinfoil hats. If it prevents one agent from steering his players onto this roster, if it prevents one player from wanting to sign with the 49ers, that will have done damage. No, this team hasn't quit in this game. This team is getting worked on the line of scrimmage in this game. This team got its absolute ass kicked by Seattle in week 18, and it's just getting worse here in the divisional round after Seattle has had, 13 days to wait and prepare for this one? Not good. Not good, but we don't have to burn down what has been a pretty damn good year, all things considered, for the 49ers. But this is a catastrophic no-show against a really good team. Walker, again, is running just everywhere he wants. He's just picking up 7-8 now, coming out of the locker room. He looks dangerous. Barry Ford in Memphis, where's the bong? Anybody seen my bong? I need a hit. I mean, that's the thing. It is bong time. If you're bonging it out, you need it right now. We got Joseph Ehrenberg. This loser franchise shows us over and over again. Why should we expect anything different? I'm always right. You losers better listen up now. Joseph Ehrenberg, fuck you. This team's had a really good year. You don't know shit about football. You're the most wavering little bitch of all of our little bitches who are nice enough to be supers or members. But seriously, Joseph, the whole point of you being a member to this channel is to stop acting like a total pussy your entire football life. You don't understand what you're even looking about, and you just complain about it incessantly. I'd like you to take your membership, your money, and just go to another channel. I'm tired of you, Joseph. I really am. You don't know much about anything, and you're not clever or funny or entertaining, and you really don't give enough in supers for me to tolerate this nonsense anymore. So goodbye. You won't be missed. Hey, there's a sack. Good to see that from CJ West. Brought down Sam Darnold and hit him hard. Again, this loser franchise just went 12-5 and has the fourth best winning percentage in the NFL since 2019. This loser franchise has had everybody on this team who matters hurt all year long, basically. And you're just going to dump on them because it makes you feel tough, like you know football. You prove with every sentence you write, you don't know dick. Thomas says, well, I'm afraid we're out of players and gas. Good seas. It was a good season. A terrible game, though, will be the final taste everyone is left with, though. A terrible season or a terrible taste in your mouth is a hard thing to walk out of a restaurant with and say, well, that was good. And that's where this game is. All right, Joseph Ehrenberg. See this, Joseph? Because it makes me feel tough. You're a dumb Joseph. I think we are done with you. Delete. Goodbye. Go jerk yourself off to Grant Cohn, who I'm sure is loving every minute of this. If that is what you want, if you want to be involved with a content creator who is actively rooting for the failure of the team that he covers at all times, you got the right person out there waiting for you. And I'm not here to bash on Grant. Grant has cornered a market. And Joseph, you're exactly the useful idiot he needs. Niners are going to hold the Seahawks to a field goal attempt here. Huzzah. All right. It is 27-6. So just 3 touchdowns, and the Niners are right back in this. Darth Hideous, love Juice, but you can cut him to save Kyle from himself. Yeah, Juszczyk has had some nice plays over the last few weeks, but again, you don't need to be carrying the cap space of the most expensive fullback in football. You just don't. Roster construction does need to be discussed. Everyone start researching Faraday cage, fence. You talking about a defensive player, Faraday cage? I'm very proud of my team. No reason to be ashamed. Yeah, I mean look, I understand why people are angry at this one, but to just call this a loser franchise. Again, there's what you say out loud, and then there's the truth. When you have the 4th highest winning percentage in the NFL since 2019, the argument that they're a loser is just insane. But Barry, thank you. I mean, this does officially feel like we're going to be looking at a Seahawk Rams title game or a Seahawk Bears title game, because I don't think the 49ers are coming back in this one, kids. I don't think the 49ers are coming back in this one. Just banned another blowhard. Again, I'm not in the mood tonight. I'm not in the mood. Pooney, wasted draft pick. Well, let's talk about that. He has had a really rough sophomore year. I think Dominic Pooney would be an awful lot better if he were playing next to a better center than Jake Brendel. The 49ers didn't sign a better center than Jake Brendel. They decided to come back with an average center like Jake Brendel is. And the Chicago Bears signed Drew Dolman, which was the number one name I talked about all last offseason. Go sign the best center on the free agent market, and they didn't. The Bears did, and their running game pops almost every week. Stephanie's saying we've overcome an awful lot this season. We got to keep building. I'm proud of the Niners. And yeah, I think that is a very reasonable way to look at all of this. You know, of all the things that happened too, don't forget, there is a very good and healthy wide receiver that just quit on this franchise. You know, Brandon Ayuk is not out there helping this team at all. That's staggeringly disappointing. Good for you. Go Niners. Yeah, I'm not suffering fools here anymore. I'm not in the mood to suffer fools. Bravo, that guy's a clown. Yeah, Joseph Ehrenberg is an absolute clown. We've officially pissed off Dad. Let's take a step back and love each other. Thank you, Trav. Thank you, Trav. You're not pissing me off. Thanks for hosting games, Damon. Craig up in Oregon, Craig's Kitchen. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate you. Barry, you know we got love for you, man. If only I had some Indiana University swag. Pick some up. Pick some up. You're going to need it Monday night. Speaking of Indiana University, Never Daunted Radio Network. We waste too much time wanting to fire Kyle when Lynch is the problem. Mistake after mistake. Our cupboards are kind of bare. Christian McCaffrey is a freaking warrior. He is back in this game. Christian, don't do anything and get yourself hurt tonight. But this is it. This is the last stand right now. The 49ers need points and a touchdown on this drive, or what are we even doing? Brock, he looks underneath and throws an interception. To Luke Farrell, he was looking for an interception. There you go. That's it. Bring in your good luck kids, Damon. Not even that's going to happen. They can't do anything. But what I am going to do, I do think, let's see how this third quarter ends, and I might be wrapping it up because I am going to be joining, along with Kruger and his crew, a little post-game action tonight. But since I'm taking off so early, I might go upstairs and spend a little time with my kids since I'm out of here at like 5:30 in the morning tomorrow to Miami. But I thank you all for your supers, for sure. I thank you all for watching. And again, I'm not trying to get crabby, but this has been bad. This bad game is not an indictment on Kyle Shanahan as a coach or Brock Purdy a quarterback. And I know it's funny to say he just threw an interception, but this team is, it ran out of gas against the number one defense in the NFL. You cannot put yourself in a 17-0 hole. You just can't. Cannot put yourself in a 17-0 hole. It's over. Another interception. That is not another interception. That is the first interception. Let's get that right. It's another turnover. It's another turnover. And yeah, no mas. Probably shouldn't be throwing to Luke Farrell, but guess what? George Kittle is done, and frickin' Tongas is hurt. He's the only tight end you got dressed. Oh, you wanted kids? You wanted a little good luck?
Happy birthday, Daddy!
It's not my birthday, but thank you for being sweet. This is Ozzy, everyone. He's brought good luck to this football season. I don't think it's going to happen tonight. Oz, how you doing upstairs?
Good.
You're doing better than the Niners, aren't you? All right, Jack. We don't come in acting like that. All right? We don't come in acting like that.
This is not it. Everyone is sad.
Yeah.
Me loves snakes.
But I tell you what, boys, if there's a touchdown here, I will be upstairs to hang out with you, and then I'm going to be doing a post-game show because this is getting close to curtains.
Hello, everybody.
You want to make people feel better, Ozzy? Tell them why. Tell them why you're a good kid.
Because I love crocodile and snake.
You're a good kid because he loves crocodiles and snakes. You are a good kid. Jack, why are you a good kid?
And I think to make everybody happy, I think everybody should just turn off the game.
Oh.
Not just make it.
It's looking at it this way. Not the worst advice. Honey, do you have anything for the good folks out there?
It's hard being a Niner fan.
It is hard being a Niner fan. Watch your toes, boys. Watch your toes.
Looking forward to that AMC.
Watch your toes. You can take that upstairs if you want, Ozzy.
Let's say Daddy needs some water. Let's say Daddy with water. Okay?
By the way, we just had the request. Bring in the Good Luck Kids. There you go. The Lads Band live.
Bring in some good.
Oh, now you got Trent Williams pulling on face masks.
Okay, come on.
There you go. Bring in the Good Luck Kids. There it is. Boys, good night.
Go Niners.
Go Niners. There's no reason for me to stop now then. We'll just keep going. Let the pain just come on in. Let the pain come on in. There was the official good night. What was that by Farrell? Purdy and CMC are playing hard. Look, Farrell looked like he stopped on that route. I don't know. It's just not good. Not good. You know what I mean? It ain't good. Thank you for an amazing season, Damon. Well, Nick Smith, this is why you need to like and subscribe because we're going to be in off-season mode next week. Brett Walden just coming in and putting $10 in the ganja jar. Another ganja jar right here. $5 going in for first and goal. Thank you so much. Buy the kids an ice cream. It's been a great 25 and 26 with you, Damon. Thank you, TTFS. I appreciate you. Barry, well, it's over. We had a good run. No way we can complain with what we had to overcome. I will remain a Niner faithful and look forward to off-season fixes. I do too. I'll tell you, ceremoniously kicking John Lynch upstairs and bringing in another GM doesn't sound like the worst idea to me. Tim Kawakami, after the loss, telling Kyle, you had a great season. Keep your head up. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Yeah, it's not going to be like that nice lady from that Jacksonville press conference. I can promise you that. Fuji saying at least Cal beat the Tar Heels in basketball today. I did see that. Clobbered the Tar Heels. This is... please keep trying to tell me that Jake Brendel's good. D. Martinez. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be signing up for that. I don't think anyone's going to really be signing up for that. All right, let me pay attention to this game again. Let me pay attention to this game again. 2nd and 13. Hey, negative plays. Negative plays. D. Winters came to play tonight. He's making plays. Barry, you go rest up, man. You just had major surgery. Good night to you. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Jillian. Good night to the boys. Thank you very, very much. This is Derek. Check. Here's $10 for a water at the airport. Have a great trip. You know what? You just bought me my coffee. There is a very expensive Relic coffee spot there in Terminal 1. I think I'm flying out. I'm going Delta tomorrow. That's Terminal 1 at SFO. So I'm going to stop by Relic. They're going to charge me like $12 for a coffee. And Derek, thank you. You're a big part of that. I appreciate you. First down there, by the way, Ms. MSMF9HZ. Thank you very much. There you go. $2 in the Ganja jar. Thank you very much. Darnold on fire. He's looking good. He's 12 of 17, 124 yards and a touchdown. Seahawks are going to lose next week. I don't know, man. Seattle, here's the thing. Seattle, Los Angeles is a hell of a football game. You have weird division rivalry things that could affect the outcome of that game. I think Seattle would clobber the Bears at home. I think Seattle beats the Bears. I think Seattle, Los Angeles is a much more interesting football game. And I've got the Houston Texans coming out of the AFC. John should be fired. Kyle is fine. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Jillian just saw it. She's like, it's someone's kid stole your water. Yeah. All the fakefuls will be out tonight. Be aware of these fake fans. Kenneth Walker takes it in to the end zone. Touchdown. It's a nightmare. All your nightmares have come true. Tonight sucks, Damon, but the season was extremely enjoyable. The team, with all of its injuries, showed heart, gave us a fun run. Thank you very much, Go Niners. Joseph, thank you very much for your generosity. We got time to roll a joint. Gizmo Maltese, phenomenal idea. Phenomenal idea. I'll probably be doing that a little later myself. My 65th season, I'm 70 years old. Suffice to say, I've seen a lot. Go Niners, and thanks for the entertainment. Well, thank you very much, Jose. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Again, I appreciate everyone. I try to get to the supers. They're easy to pop up and find out, but I appreciate all your comments. If I don't get to them, it's not that I don't appreciate them or only read the supers. I'm just trying to make sure we get everyone in here. Thanks for all the fun. Kathy, yeah, I'm sorry the ride is over here. I really, really am. Farewell. The season looks like it's done. Thank you for the good times. Again, if this is going to be where we part, please help me part with more subs than that. 50,439. How about this? Can we get to 50,450? If we get to 50,450, I'll put myself out of my misery tonight, and I'll go spend a little bit more time with the kids upstairs before I hop on to do what I'm sure will be a very angry post-game show here with Kruger in a little bit. Because we will be going late tonight. And by the way, it's not that I have to pack for Miami. I got like a pair of underwear, a pair of socks, a pair of pants, 2 Indiana t-shirts, and a jacket. That's it. That's all I need to pack. I can do that in 3 minutes. What's your favorite terminal at SFO? Well, I mean, what Terminal 3, right? Where Virgin used to go out of. That was a nice terminal that's been redone, but the new Terminal 1 is kind of open now. That's nice. I think they're working on another one. Go Terminals. Alex Bowman, D. Bruce, you're the best in the biz. Radio, YouTube, KTVU, whatever platforms. Live long enough to experience it together. Thank you, brother. Hey, go see Chum. Chum is a Fish tribute band. I know they're going to be playing in Berkeley later this month. I wish I had more details right off the top of my head, but I'm going to try to make it out there to support my guys. I love what they do. And cheers to John Green. May he rest in peace. Here's $9.99 for a bag of Skittles at the airport. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. Used to listen to you on KNBR back in the Candlestick days. Always wanted to go to the Chowder House. Should York fire Lynch, or does he have one more? No, John Lynch doesn't need to be fired. Let me tell you, some on-the-edges moves that nobody really liked are part of the reason why they're in this game. But he blows way too many picks at the top of the draft. Ricky Pearsall doesn't look like a contributor, unfortunately. There are problems. John Lynch, I don't like. I think he's like kicked up to be a ceremonial promotion that gets him out of the I make the decision role. I'd love to see another GM making decisions for the 49ers, but I don't think John Lynch deserves walking papers. I'd just like to see him reassigned. Brett Euchre, turn out the lights, the party's over. Looking forward to you and Kruger's draft takes over the next 4 months. Thank you for the season, Uncle D. Well, thank you very, very much. Look, I'm not here to start static with anyone. We just go about looking at the world and covering sports two completely different ways. I'm looking for actual things that are happening, not just looking to relay the most amount of anxiety into every single broadcast I do. And that's what Grant does. And he'll tell you, he's a bit of a showman. He knows it. Became a YouTube member tonight. Danny Wilson. Thank you so much, Danny, for becoming a member. That officially gets a golf clap every single time it happens. We thank you so much for that. This is JP from the 510. At least the 49ers took out the Eagles. No doubt. At least they did. At least, here's the thing. This team had no business probably being in the postseason or winning a postseason game, and they did. Dime bag for the ganja jar. Thanks for the season, DB. Go 26-27 So here's the thing. This is the second time I've seen it. There is no 26-27 Niners. This is you don't talk about football seasons like their hockey seasons or their basketball seasons. This is the 2025 49ers. They're playing here in 2026. But great season coverage. On to the next one. Lick Scorpion, thank you. And again, Super Mario, superior made design. Excuse me. Thank you very much. And the dime bag is always appreciated. Thank you again, Lick Scorpion. JP from the 510. I mean, here's what's really cool. Through this channel, JP from the 510, I have met him. I've met his beautiful wife, and we met in Japan. I just happened to be over in Japan. He was happened to be over in Japan. We came together. That's the little community that we've built here. And that does mean an awful lot to me. It does. Hey, Damon, maybe some Raider content when Mendoza's the pick. Crypto Dreams, you know it. You know it. There's a lot about the Raiders that no one's supposed to ever like. You're going to like Fernando Mendoza. He's going to get killed, by the way, behind that offensive line. They don't treat him right. But I'm going to be very interested in Fernando Mendoza being a Las Vegas Raider. 4th and 3. 4th and 3. Here we go. Here's the last play of the season. Here's the last play, basically, of the live stream until I do a little post-gaming with Kruger later on tonight after this thing is all wrapped up and final. But let's go. Oh, 4th and 3. They're going to take a timeout. They're going to talk about it. This is a big play. Down 34-6. It's a big one. By the way, can we get a couple more subs? Can we get to 50,450? Could we get 13 more subs right now? Are there 13 of you of the nearly 2,000 that are watching right now? Are there 13 of you who are willing to tap that sub button to make me very, very happy? Can you get me to 450 tonight? That's all we're looking for. Let's get to 450. I'm going to auction that bad boy off. Go enjoy your family, Damon. I know. I know, but here's the thing. I really do. I like doing this. I do like doing this. Not so much tonight. I'm no longer watching it, meaning you're just hanging out with us, Retro Gaming. I appreciate that. The Raiders are still going to want to hire Saleh. He has to look down by this much. Look, I mean, I'm hiring Robert Saleh as another head coach again. I think he's very, very good. Let's not get Brock hurt here on 4th and 3. Did he step out of bounds? I thought he stepped out of bounds. He tries to throw that down. That was just a disaster. Yeah, I think he stepped out of bounds before he even threw it. Pathetic. Chicago, Jason, it was not a good night. CMC looks like a truck hit him. Get him out of this game. Get him out of this game. This was a bad one. Hey, there we go. Somebody just hit sub. I appreciate that very, very much. The Bo Nix thing is crazy. That's rough. Straight up trash performance. I'm not going to argue with you tonight. The bill for the entire season. The bill for the entire season hit the table tonight. It all caught up with them tonight. Unfortunately, the first chink in the armor was a terrible special teams play, and I really thought that had been improved upon. Oh, there's another, by the way. There's another subscriber. Thank you so very, very much. Draft an entirely new offensive line. I mean, here's the thing. You got to start thinking about replacing Trent Williams. You have to. He's probably got one more year left, but you have to have a succession plan. You have to have another center. Will the Hawks finally have more rings than the Jets? That could happen. I mean, the Seahawks right now are the betting favorite to win the Super Bowl. There is no doubt about that. And I don't think it's necessarily wrong. Purdy haters are trash. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think this is a guy that is the center of the problems at all. Death, taxes, and 49er meltdowns, CS Seattle. Again, Purdy had been 4-0 in Seattle tonight, but, you know, whatever you say to got to get through this, I get it. You definitely need wide receivers. Absolutely. You need offense everywhere. You need better protection. You need more explosion. You better start thinking about a Christian McCaffrey protege if Brian Robinson Jr. is hardly going to play at all forever. Pretty good year, all things considered, but this is a screeching halt. Damon, wishing you a van-glorious trip to Miami. Thank you very much. I hope it is van-glorious for the Hoosiers as well. I tell you, I am going to go spend a little bit of time with my boys and my wife upstairs before they are officially off to bye-bye time. I'm going bye-bye tomorrow. They're going to bed right now. Let me just say, I will be back here in just a little bit, joining Kruger for a post-game show since I can't do a wake-up tomorrow since I'm on an airplane. There is more coming tonight. That studio will be posted soon. I can tell you that. So stick around. We're not done tonight, but we are done with this live stream at 34-6. And the 49ers just turning it over on downs. D. Bruce, a team like Seattle, you got to have your stars in Week 19. Seattle won with their first-string guys. Yeah, they did. And this was a rough one tonight. No doubt about it. No way Stidham takes the Broncos to a Super Bowl. I got to agree with that. I think the winner of the Patriots-Texans game goes to the Super Bowl. And I think the Seattle Seahawks are probably going to go to the Super Bowl. End of the third period. End of this live stream. We don't need much more, but there will be more. A post-game show coming up probably in about 45 minutes to an hour from now. Once Kruger hits go, we'll all go together. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching. Thank you to Sleeper. Thank you to Ikes. Thank you to the Dubliner. Thank you to all of you. Thank you so much to the folks in the chat who gave and offered supers. Thank you to everyone who is subscribed. Can we get to 440 before we go? 5440? 5440 going once, twice, thrice, no big deal. It's been a hell of a run, a hell of a season. We'll have a hell of a post-game show here in just a little bit. So I'll see you then. But for now, thank you for watching. And please do remember that sports don't build character. They reveal it. And temporarily, until I come on back, hold on. This season is solely on Lynch. Your job as a GM is to put the team in the best position. You have $40 million to spend. You refuse to do so. Fire him. I think a turnaround to finances came from on high. This team could have spent more money and invested more money in this year. They didn't. They didn't make the big move. I thought that there were a number of examples to not further invest based on who got hurt. It really sucks that George Kittle's out all next year. I mean, that's what really, there's so much that sucks about this. We'll have so much more on the post-game show coming up. And like I was saying, sports don't build character. They reveal it. And like that, he's going to go kiss his kids goodnight. And he's gone. Wait, one more. Turkey on the 50.